Welcome back to my channel, students. Again, now we'll continue in my this video the two more major concept of this chapter. There is a polynomial. That is, first concept is the relationship between zeros and coefficient of the polynomial. In this concept, I will explain another sub concept, that is formation of a polynomial by knowing the zeros of the polynomial. And second concept, the division algorithm. In division algorithm, we'll understand how we'll find the zeros of the polynomial if we know the one of the factor or one of the zero. Just let's take an example. If a cubic polynomial is given, we know only the one factor or one zeros. How can we find the other two zeros, or how can we find the other two factors? These are all things we'll understand in this concept or in this video. Now let's get started for the relationship between zeros and coefficient of polynomial. See, already we know if an equation or if an polynomial is given ax plus b, the polynomial p of x is equal to x plus b. What is the zeros of this polynomial? I will take the example. Let's take the px equal to 2x plus 3. Then the zero will be the minus 3 by 2. Just see, put the value 2 into minus 3 by 2 plus 2. This will be 2 will be cancelled out. Sorry, plus 3. This will be minus 3 plus 3 is the 0. As we know, what is the 0? Whenever we are putting the any value, if the polynomial is 0, then this will be the 0 of the polynomial. Then here, this will be minus 3 by 2. In the same way, the 0 of this polynomial is minus b by a. Then see, this is the minus b is the constant term by coefficient of x. Understand? Here, 0 of this polynomial, 0 of p of x is minus of constant term by coefficient of x. This formula only valid for the linear polynomial. Now we'll understand for the quadratic polynomial, how can we find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. For this, I will take some more examples and I will find the zeros of the polynomial, and next we will see is there any relation for the zeros and the coefficients of the polynomial. For this I am taking one example. Just see. Now see, for the polynomial px equal x square plus 7x plus 10, how we will find the zeros of the polynomial. Now first of all, you understand, in class 9 we have did the how to find the factors of this polynomial. See what we did for x square plus 7x plus 10. What we did, just we splitted the middle term, that is 7x, basing on these two coefficients or these two values. Here the coefficient is the 1 into 10 will be the 10. If we split this 10 into two parts, 5 and 2, then this will be 5x plus 2x. Then this will be, what will happen, x square plus 5x plus 2x plus 10. If you will find the x as the common here in these two terms, this will be x plus 5. Here if you will find the 2 as the common, we'll get the x plus 5 as the common. In these two, x plus 5 as the common, and this will be x plus 2. Now we can understand x plus 5 and x plus 2 are the factors of this polynomial. Now if x plus 5 and x plus 2 is equal to is the px, or otherwise we can say x square plus 7x plus 10. How we'll get, if when the px is the 0, then we'll get the zeros. If x plus 5 into x plus 2 is the 0, then we can say x is equal to minus 5 or x equal to minus 2. Now we can understand easily here, x equal to minus 5 and x equal to minus 2, both are the zeros of this polynomial. Now see, is there any relation for these two zeros with the coefficients? Let's see what are the coefficients here. The coefficients, as we know, for in general, a polynomial can be written as the px equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where here a is the 1, b is the 7, c is the 10. See, what are the zeros here? X equal to minus 5, or minus 2. See here, minus 5 and minus 2, if you multiply, then what we'll get is the 10 we'll get. Then we can easily say the product of these two, this product of these two, minus 5 and minus 2 is the 10. Or we can say 10 by 1. What is the 10 here? The coefficient of the constant term here. And what is the 1 here? This is the coefficient of x square. Then we can say this, and let's take these two are the two zeros, are alpha and beta. Alpha and beta are the some Greek terms are there. And now I'm using these alpha and beta are the two zeros of this polynomial. This product of these two, the one is this is c by a. What is the c here? This is constant term by what is the a here? This is coefficient of x square. Understand? Now we can say easily the product of the two zeros is equal to constant term by coefficient of x square. Now let's see for the what is the relation for the, if there will be sum will be happen. If we'll take that these two zeros, minus 5 and minus 2, if I'll add these two, minus 5 and minus 2, what I will get? This I will get minus 7. I will write this minus 7 as the minus of 7 by 1. What is the 7 here? 7 is the b. 7 is the b. And what is the 1 here? 1 is the a. This will be minus b by a. What is the minus b by a? Minus 5 is the alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a means what? Minus of b means coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. This is alpha plus beta. Then we can easily say the sum of the two zeros is equal to negative of ratio of coefficient of x by ratio of coefficient of x and coefficient of x square, or division of my coefficient of x and coefficient of x square, negative of division of coefficient of x and coefficient of x square. In the same way, the product of two zeros is the constant term by coefficient of x square. These two is the relation for the zeros and the coefficients of the polynomial. Understand, my students? We already know for the linear polynomial. Now we understood for the quadratic polynomial. Now we'll understand for the cubic polynomial. What are the zeros and what is the relation of zeros and coefficient of the polynomial? See, for a cubic polynomial, I can write px in general. I can write px equal to ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Here see, now the three zeros are alpha, beta and gamma. Here alpha plus beta plus gamma is the minus b by a, that is negative of coefficient of x square by coefficient of x cube. Next alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equal to minus c by a, plus c by a, which is the coefficient of x by coefficient of x cube. Next alpha beta gamma is equal to minus d by a, which is the negative of constant term by coefficient of x cube. These all are the relationship of zeros and coefficient of polynomial. Basing on this, we can verify the relationships, and basing on these formulas, now we are moving to the finding the polynomial by knowing the zeros or the sum of the zeros and product of the zeros. Now we'll do some of the questions. Then you can understand how we can find the polynomial. Now see, this is a question for how we'll find the or we'll form the a polynomial. See, the question is find a quadratic polynomial. The sum and product of whose zeros are minus 3 and 2 respectively. Here the question already given the sum and product of the zeros. Let's take the two zeros as alpha and beta. Then alpha plus beta is minus 3. Alpha into beta is 2. Means sum of the zeros, answer will be sum of zeros is alpha plus beta equal to minus 3, and product of zeros is alpha beta equal to 2. As we know, for a quadratic polynomial, x square plus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta is the any polynomial. Px is equal to x square plus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. As we know here, x square plus alpha plus beta is the minus 3 into x plus alpha beta is the 2. Then this will the polynomial becomes x square minus 3x plus 2. Understand? As we know, see, in this way you can do, but the thing is what is the problem behind this? As we know that alpha plus beta is the minus b by a and alpha beta is the c by a. This minus b by a is the 3. Then what is the minus b by a? Because minus 3 is the reduced form of the minus 3 is the reduced form of the minus b by a. In the same way, 2 is the reduced form of the c by a. Then see here, this minus 3 is as the reduced form of the minus b by a, and 2 is the reduced form c by a. Then this polynomial p of x equal to x square minus 3x plus 2 may not be the final equation. We can say the polynomial px equal to k into x square minus 3x plus 2, and we can check this value. As we know, this a is not may be 1 or may not be 1. That's why you can check by using this px equal to k into x square minus 3x plus 2. Now we will move for the division algorithm, which concept we can easily understood, and we can find the other zeros if 1 or 2 zeros are given and 1 or 2 factors are given. Let's get started for the division algorithm.